Hello everybody, K-Whip here and welcome to another Fortnite video. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the Holy Hybrid. And when I say that, I am referring to the light machine gun, which has become one of my favorite weapons in the game. Now, throughout the video I'll be describing what makes the light machine gun strong, and how it takes some of the great parts of several different weapons in the game. Now, the light machine gun merges characteristics of the submachine gun, the assault rifle, and the minigun, and the LMG can carry out each of those weapons' roles fairly well. The first weapon that it draws great comparison to would have to be the minigun, because they each have a massive magazine size that is used to do quick damage to structures and to destroy them, the LMG having that mag size of 100 and the minigun with however many light bullets you happen to have. But when you compare the weapons outside of the unlimited magazine size of the minigun, the light machine gun is the much more convenient weapon. After you switch to the minigun, it takes a while to rev up the weapon, and you won't be able to actually fire bullets for a decent amount of time. Also, while you're spraying your minigun, your movement is extremely limited, you're very slow, and this makes you a very easy target, and you basically have a giant bullseye right on your head for any sniper in the game, because your movement's very slow, and the minigun is very loud and noticeable when it's being fired, so they're going to look towards you, and your head's probably coming off pretty soon. Couple other advantages of the LMG over the minigun is that the LMG has a bit more damage per bullet, so when you're actually in a fight with players, your bullets are going to matter more and you won't have to be as consistently precise as you would with a minigun, which is not a very easy weapon to be consistently precise with because of the amount of bloom it comes with. And also you switch a little bit faster to the LMG than you do with the minigun. And so all those factors make the gun a bit more practical than the minigun in most fights. And a lot of those things also make it a great swap weapon, which is where the comparison to the submachine gun comes in. The submachine gun is a weapon that's great in the close range and pairs fantastically as a swap weapon with a shotgun, where you can do a large amount of damage with your shotgun burst and then quickly switch over to the submachine gun to finish off the kill. That same routine will also work very well with the light machine gun. As I mentioned, the swap speed to the light machine gun is actually rather fast, about the same as a submachine gun. So after you take your shotgun shot, you can switch to your LMG very quickly and be ready to fire. Then when you have actually switched to your LMG and start kind of spraying at an enemy, it can do some great damage. With 26 damage on a body and about 52 on a headshot, you can put people down extremely quickly with this weapon's fire rate. And when you're really up close and personal, it's not all that difficult to land shots. The LMG does have a decent amount of bloom, and so there's actually a pretty good spread of your bullets when you're just kind of spraying in close range. So there's a pretty good chance a lot of your bullets are going to land as long as you're pretty close to their body. And you can also move around a lot yourself while you're trying to land those shots. And when you're very close to an enemy and you're each moving around a lot, the larger spread on the light machine gun in comparison to the more accurate submachine gun can actually be pretty helpful. But what really comes in handy in comparison to the submachine gun is its ability to destroy structures and apply pressure, because in close quarters fights, people are always going to build, and this can be a pretty strong counter to that. You can break through their materials quickly and try to push up onto them as they focus on building and maybe don't have their weapon out. Or you can force people to turtle up and spam build, which can also be helpful as you make them waste materials or you wait for some teammates to help fight with you. And it just allows you to maintain the advantage you gained in that fight. And then finally comes in the comparison with the AR a little bit, because the range of the light machine gun is probably in between the submachine gun and the assault rifle. It can be effective at slightly farther ranges than the submachine gun, but not quite as far as an AR. And so in between close and mid-range, the LMG can do quite good damage and be a pretty consistent weapon as long as you don't let bloom overwhelm you too much. And also there is the fact that LMGs and assault rifles each take medium bullets, unlike the other weapons I compared it to. And that's why I think LMGs are so powerful. I'd say generally you probably always want to have a shotgun as well, preferably a pump or a heavy shotgun. So you can start out your fight with a large amount of damage, maybe a one-shot kill with your shotgun, and if you need to finish the job, you can switch to that LMG, you can counter their building. And one final thing I would mention about the light machine gun is that it actually gives you a bit more versatility in choosing your AR. And by that I mean that you can basically use a burst. Bursts have incredible damage potential, but one thing that hurts them a lot is that they are horrendous at breaking structures. And so if you choose to use a FAMAS over an AR or a SCAR, and someone starts ramping up on you and you want to break their material, it's going to be very difficult for you. But if you have that LMG in your back pocket, then you can use that to supplement the damage to structures that you would normally get with a full auto AR. And yeah, that's everything I have to say about the LMG. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you later.